So you're thinking about moving to the Isles of Collier and wonder what's it really like living there? Well, today I'm going to talk about what it's really like to live in the Isles of Collier. I used to live in the Isles of Collier and I've sold a lot of homes in the community. My name is Mindy Sylvester and I've been selling real estate in the Naples area for 26 years. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, will you please just hit that subscribe button right now? It would help me a lot. I give a lot of free content, and it would help you be the first to know about the latest real estate information in the Naples area. So, what's it like living in the Isles of Collier? Well, the first thing you're probably wondering is, well, if she liked it so much, why did she leave? Well, I'll tell you why I left. Because while I was living at the Isles of Collier, I just so happened to meet the man of my dreams, who is now my husband. And he had a giant pickup truck. I already had two cars. He had a motorcycle. At that time, the rules were you can't park a car in the driveway as an owner or resident. We didn't have enough space. We wanted acreage. We found acreage right in the middle of Naples. We just happened to find the perfect home for us, even though I absolutely loved living there. I absolutely loved it. I will tell you that the Isles of Collier is hands down over the past 26 years that I've been selling real estate, one of the most popular communities ever in the 26 years that I've been selling real estate. People were camping in the parking lot for the last single family home lot release. That's right. The night before they were releasing the last few single family home lots, people camped in the parking lot. Crazy. Why is it so popular? Well, let's talk about that today. I'm going to talk about all the pros and cons. I always give everybody all the information, the good, the bad, the ugly. I'm not here to sugarcoat anything for you. I'm not here to make a sale. In fact, especially at the top of the market, I've talked more people out of buying homes than I did. I don't want you to buy a home that's not right for you. I just want to give you the information to help you decide if it's right for you. That's what I'm here for. So today, let's talk about the pros of living in the Isles of Collier. So first of all, it is one of the most beautiful neighborhoods in the area. The waterways, the tree-lined streets, it's just gorgeous. It's one of the most beautiful things about the community is it's situated on over 2,400 acres, but over 1,600 acres of that is protected preserve. Waterways, lakes, it's absolutely gorgeous. It's not just a community where you go into and there's house, 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 house. It is just vast land, beauty, walking trails, biking trails, protected preserves. It's just absolutely gorgeous. You will just love driving through there, over the bridge, over the waterways. It is absolutely gorgeous. Now, they did buy more acreage, so there is a little bit more. I don't know the exact ratio because initially the community was set out to be about 1,600 homes and it was 2,400 acres, but then they bought more land. Now it's over 1,800 homes. They kind of they realized the demand in the community, so they kind of restructured it where they were going to put single family homes. They ended up putting twin villas, and then they built these cottages, which made it more dense. But it is still, when you drive through the neighborhood, you're absolutely going to fall in love. It is so beautiful. Secondly, the architecture. It's very coastal. When you come to Florida, I feel like most people really want to feel like they're on vacation. And in the Isles of Collier, you really do feel like you're on vacation every day. The coastal architecture, the light color buildings, it just feels like you're on vacation. It really does. And it's just beautiful to look at. Color schemes and the style of the homes are absolutely beautiful. And what's really great is that there are over 45 different floor plans. So you don't see the same style home like you do in some neighborhood. There's like four or five or six different style homes. So it's really cookie cutter. It really doesn't feel like a cookie cutter community because there are so many different types and styles of homes. The third thing I loved about the Isles of Collier is the people. There are the nicest people that live in the Isles of Collier. I have sold so many homes, I don't even know the exact number, and I love all of those people. And when I lived there, the people on my street were so amazing. I was so sad to go for that reason. I was just really gonna, I didn't even live there that long, but it was just the people are so nice. Now, of course, you're going to have grumpy people. There's always grumpy people, especially if you go on the Facebook page. Because one of the things I've learned is that the grumpy people go on the Facebook page and complain about everything. So, I bought a home in Georgia and I don't even look at that Facebook page because it's all negativity. So just ignore the Facebook page and just don't listen to the people who just want to complain about stuff because the people there are really nice for the most part. Of course, every neighborhood has the neighborhood grouch, right? But just amazing people there. I think there's a lot of Midwesterners who I'm kind of partial to because I just think they're really great people. Number four, the layouts of the homes. I think the homes are very well designed. I think the floor plans are efficient and no wasted space. I think they really maximize outdoor living, except for the coach homes and the cottages. But I believe the single family homes and the villas are very well laid out because when people come to Florida, especially in the winter, they want outdoor space. Outdoor living space is an extension of our living space. If the homes are designed well, then they're going to have outdoor living, outdoor dining, outdoor kitchen, of course, a lounge area. So you're going to have a lot of outdoor space. You're going to be out there for most of the winter. You're going to eat a lot of your meals out there because it is so nice here, January, February, March. You're just really going to want to optimize that outdoor living, and they did a really good job with that. I think the finishings of the home are beautiful. Even though I think Minto is a terrible company overall, I'll talk to you about that in private. I think they did build a very good home and stock, of course, they're exceptional. They built amazing homes and their customer service is awesome. But I think the finishings are great. Obviously, each home is finished differently based on whatever the first homeowner chose, but I think the quality is overall very good in comparison to most other communities in the area. Number five, location. I personally think the location of the Isles of Collier is excellent. It is 4 miles from downtown. Now, I've always been a South Naples girl. So if you like to go to North Naples a lot, if you like to go to Mercado, the Ritz, places like that, you might not love the location. It is in South Naples. It is on the southeast part. Where Tamiami Trail goes east. Tamiami Trail can be very confusing because it goes north-south and it goes east-west. But I personally love South Naples. It's not nearly as congested as North Naples. I don't even like to drive in North Naples after 4 o'clock. It is a mess up there. And I love South Naples. I love going downtown Naples. I played tennis down there. One time I got from the Isles of Collier to my tennis facility, which is the in Cambier Park downtown, in 8 minutes. 8 minutes. Now it was summer, and it was. I think we started playing at like 7 o'clock in the morning, so it was early. But it's not usually 7 minutes. Okay, let me be clear. Okay, especially in the season, it's not going to take you 7 minutes to get downtown, but it's only 4 miles. It could take you 15 minutes. Now, some people, it's interesting because I've heard some people say that the location of the Isles of Collier is not great. Well, I think that may be true. Like if you're used to living like right downtown Naples or west of 41 in Moorings or Park Shore, something that like that, maybe you don't feel like it's not centrally located. Okay, I'll give you that. It's not centrally located within Naples. But I think the location is very good. There's not a lot of restaurants around there. There's not a lot of great restaurants outside of just going downtown, which I think you should do because downtown Naples has the best restaurants and it is amazing down there. But like in the general vicinity, like really close by, there's not a lot of great restaurants, but it is getting better. When you go east of Isles of Collier on the Collier Boulevard 951 intersection there's getting to be a lot of stuff there. So that's a really growing area, and we're getting better restaurants, home goods, like really some really great things down that area. Which brings me to number six, the amenities. They have their own restaurant right there now. Now, when I lived there, the restaurant wasn't open. It's called the Overlook Bar and Grill. It is a beautiful lakeside restaurant. I have been there and it's a gorgeous place to eat. I hear the food now. They've had a few chefs, but I hear now kind of got it right with the chefs and the food is really, really good. The amenity center is, I think, the biggest attraction in the Isles of Collier. I've got a lot of YouTube videos specifically on the amenity center. It's fabulous. It feels like you're at a resort. It's got a huge resort style pool with like a beach area. It's got a lap pool, yoga room or yoga lawn. It's got a big room, like multi-purpose room, state-of-the-art fitness center. You can kayak or paddleboard or canoe. They have a launch there. You don't even have to rent them. You just sign them out and you can go all the way to the Gulf of Mexico. It's really far. And yes, there are alligators, but you can if you're ambitious. There are a lot of activities. There's always something going on. And the pickleball and tennis courts are always hopping. Every time I go there now, like that is the place to be. And of course, if you love pickleball, the US Open pickleball courts are right on the other side of the gates of the Isles of Collier. And I think they have like 58 pickleball courts there, something like that. It's where the US Open is every year. So pickleball is absolutely huge. Kind of made the tennis players mad because they took some of the tennis courts, but it's also very active for tennis. It's just absolutely gorgeous. Now, let me be completely honest, because that's the only way to be. I never went there a lot because I'm kind of antisocial. Like, I work all the time, and when I'm home, I just don't want to talk to people. I know it's terrible. It's terrible, but if you love going to like if you love to be social, you will absolutely love it. Now, I did go there like when my niece would come visit, we would go to the big pool. I had my own pool, but when my niece would come, I would go to the pool because the pool, it really is amazing. Like I said, you feel like you're at a resort. Now, let's talk about the negative for a second. This is not what I've experienced, but this is what I have heard about the negative is now I have heard that now the clubhouse, now see, when I lived there, it was still under construction. The homes were not, they were about half built out. Now it's built out. It's nearly finished. I think there's a couple more villas left to complete. And there were originally going to be 1,600 homes. Now there's over 1,800. So what I'm hearing now is that the facilities are really overcrowded. I have seen with my own eyes when I take clients there and take them through the clubhouse that the fitness center is really crowded. It really is crowded. But I think the pool area is really nice. Now, 50% of the single family homes and villas have their own pool, approximately 50%. So I don't feel like the pool area gets really crowded, but then they've added the cottages and the condos, the coach homes. Those do not have the option to have a pool. So they have added a lot more homes that don't allow pools. So since I lived there, the density is increased a lot. So I can see where the pool has gotten a little bit more crowded. I have had a few people want to move out of there because they do feel like it's a little crowded. But here's one thing I want to say is that there is a sales center there that Minto used for sales. Once they are completely out of there, that building gets turned over to the homeowners. That should be happening within the next few months. And then the homeowners vote on what to do with that building. It's a pretty large building. I would imagine they would make that into another fitness center. I don't know. I don't have any say in that. But if that seems to be the biggest complaint, I'm not sure what would be a better solution to turn that building into, but I think it's a great idea if anyone wants to hear. Um, Yeah, so they're going to have another building. I think that will alleviate that problem of people feeling like the amenities are too crowded. As far as any other negatives of the community goes, like I said, I don't feel like there's a lot of really great restaurants really close by. If you like to go to a lot of restaurants, I also talked about the amenities. But other than that, I really don't feel like there are strong negatives to living there. Now, when I talked about the nature and the preserve, this could be a negative to you. There's a lot of wildlife. If you love it, if you don't love it, I don't know if it's going to be a positive or negative to you, but there's a lot of stuff crawling around there. Okay? There's bobcats, there's alligators, there's bears, snakes. It's Florida. It's Florida, and you're living in an area where there's a lot of wildlife. Now, did I ever see anything myself? Yes, I saw alligators. I didn't personally see any snakes. I had an eagle's nest across from the preserve where I lived, and I got to watch the eagle in the nest. It was beautiful. But I don't think the wildlife. Listen, I'm not an outdoorsy girl, okay? The only I'm not a camper. I'm not I'm not a rough it kind of girl. I don't love the outdoors, but I will also say that I never felt like nervous or scared. The alligators are a little creepy when they get a little close when you're walking on that main waterway if you have a small dog, because alligators aren't going to attack a human generally, but they are going to go after a small dog. So you do have to watch out for that. The snakes, haven't heard of anybody like really having any huge issues. We have snakes everywhere. Actually, when I go home to Illinois, I see more snakes in Illinois than I do in Florida. So don't worry about the snakes. They say they're more afraid of you. I doubt that, but I wouldn't worry about that. So that would be the only other negative that I feel like I really can't honestly tell you any other negatives because it is really that good of a neighborhood. The fees are reasonable. There's no CDD. There's really not a lot of negatives to the community. It's fabulous. So if you're thinking about buying, definitely contact me. Let me know what you're looking for, what price range you're looking for. I will help you find the perfect home. So thank you so much for watching, and call me and let's get you your beautiful home in the Isles of Collier. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.